PinkPantheress, for me, has been one of the more exciting pop artists of the 2020s so far. Quite easily, actually. I think for an artist to break out this decade who is a pop star or making pop music, then you can't really go wrong with PinkPantheress. If you are somebody that doesn't like long albums, then you especially can't go wrong with PinkPantheress, who very rarely goes above like the 30-minute mark and has seen fit to drop a mixtape this year that is like 21 minutes. Sure, she does get kind of labeled with the TikTok star and the modern day issues with music, kind of feeling like everything needs to be like dumbed down and shortened for that kind of audience. But out of any artist that is doing that, she's quite easily one of the best ones. I'm sorry, but she just is. And I really loved Heaven Knows, which is the album out of her discography. She's had 2 mixtapes now and an album. And that one for me was like, yeah, this is the peak of really what she can do. She extended songs out as well. Capable of Love is like 3 pushing 4 minutes, I think, on it actually, which is crazy for her. But that just really went to show that actually when she can extend it out and flesh out her ideas even more, she can put out some of her best music. And I think Heaven Knows really was a great highlight for the year it came out, and a highlight for pop music this decade as well. So I've very much been a fan of hers and excited to see where she takes things. And the new mixtape is out, and yeah, I mean, it's another strong addition to her catalogue so far, really. It's super short, straight to the point, and the fact that it is a mixtape gives her opportunities to explore these really creative samples. Now, it is labeled a mixtape, so I don't know if she's been able to just drop these songs and get away with the sampling, or she's had to pay royalties, because back in the day, mixtapes, you didn't have to do that. But I don't know what it's like for the modern day definition of that, because everything just drops straight on the internet. Everything's on streaming, everything's on YouTube. Like, I don't know if she's just gotten away with it or has just paid the royalties, because she's picked out some pretty surprising and bold sample choices. The first track, Illegal, where she consistently says, is this illegal? This feels illegal, sort of thing, which is very cheeky. She's very cheeky on this album. And yeah, that track samples Underworld. That's a wild pull for a pop song. Like, there is just no way you're getting that from, you know, general pop artists in the mainstream pulling from Underworld. It's just like wild. The song itself is super fun. Again, kind of has that flirtatious feel that you'd maybe expect, but she's pushing that a little bit more in this album. She's kind of getting a little bit more direct. She wants that American hot boy on stateside as well. She's looking for the sex. She's looking for the sex. Stars, freaking stars. I think only really British listeners would know where the hell this one's coming from, because Just Jack was like the rave at one point, man. Just Jack. Stars in Her Eyes, banger from the 2000s. Was it 2000s? Is it early 2010s? I think it's like really on the cusp of that point. I think it's like right at the end of the 2000s or right at the beginning of the 2010s. If you were in school when that came out, people were bopping to that song, man. That was the rave. It was like the time when Calvin Harris's early stuff had started to pop off too. Like, that was the era. Example as well, who she sampled before, by the way. Like, she's really nailing that 2000s aesthetic. And I think if you're missing these samples or you're not fully aware of where they're pulled from, like, you might not even realize how much she's really committing to the 2000s aesthetic. Because if you didn't know those things, you'd very much clearly easily tell that that's what she's going for. But when you realize what she's doing, you're like, oh wow, she's really hitting that nostalgia. And yeah, wild to hear that sampled in a pop song in 2025. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. How is she doing this? And then to double down even further, you hit us with Basement Jaxx on Girl Like Me. Oh my god, the best track on the album for me, easily. It's really cleverly incorporated with the Let It Go, like kind of repeated refrain. Yeah, again, man, just a great sample pull. Like, you're pulling from a legendary track, but you're not doing it in an annoying way, or you're not doing it in a lazy way where it's just like you singing over the original instrumental. Kind of my issue with Doichi's Anxiety, which has been absolutely railed to no end. And I know everybody talks about how much they don't like that song, but that's just a great modern current example that's in the charts of where it's like, I can't get with that because I'm just not hearing an original spin on that track. But PinkPantheress showing us how it's really done on Girl Like Me, and she's creatively incorporating the sample while also keeping her style intact, and the song is just an absolute bop, man. Ridiculously catchy, ridiculously fun. Yeah, I'm all over it. You've also got Tonight, which was a single. I did react to that on this channel as well. I still feel like I like the song, but I also feel like the chorus is just not clicking for me for some reason. I feel like I like everything around the chorus more than I do the chorus, honestly, because everything else is super sweet, sugary, as you'd expect from PinkPantheress. But the chorus is just super on the nose. It's straight to the point. It's obviously really, being a very naughty, and it's the point of it is to do that. I get it, but I think this is the point where, like, for me, PinkPantheress naysayers who say about her music being quite immature, how it's made for kind of like, a younger audience. I see people in my comment section say stuff like that. I don't just see it on the internet. I see people in my comment section, which is wild because, I've raved about her before, and yet you see people in my comments talking about her as if she makes really bad music. It's kind of weird, really. But yeah, I'm all for her music. But I just think this track for me is like the indicative point of where, like, people who thought her music was a little goofy or maybe just made for, like, 16-year-olds. Like, this song kind of feels like the most, or maybe the first time I felt like that with it, because it's just almost too immature for me that I can fully get with it. And at the end of the day, I'm probably over analyzing it. It is just a fun pop tune, but there's something about it that just doesn't click, and I think that's what it is for me, is what I'm trying to say. The lyrics on Romeo, again, kind of fall into that cheesy category as well, but it's still good. You've also got Stateside, which I mentioned, which again is a really, really fun, easy breezy track. There is an intermission on this which feels totally pointless, like on a 21-minute mixtape album, whatever you want to label it as, because in these days it doesn't matter as much as it used to. Like, even regardless of what you're going to label it, you just don't need an intermission. Like, fill it with another banger. Like, seriously, I know it's probably a minor critique, but it does irritate me a little bit that, like, I'm just sat through a pointless track that, why does it need to be here? On any other album, I wouldn't be mad, or if it had a purposeful, like, interlude that tied in with the theme of the album. Again, it's not like I'm hating that type of thing. It's just on this 9 tracks, 21 minutes, you just don't need it. It didn't need to be there. What is the point? But yeah, for me overall, I really like it. As you can tell, I don't think it's the debut album, but I do think it's better than the first mixtape. So I think it sits in the middle, actually. I think it's in between those. I think the album at the minute is just up here, top tier. The first mixtape is solid. It's got some great tracks like Pain, Just For Me, but it didn't really flesh out what she could really do, I don't think. This one fleshes it out more, but it just doesn't take it to the level that the debut album does. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for me is basically what I'm trying to say. I like it a lot. It's an endorsement from me. It's not going to be like, an album that's going to be like in my top 20 of the year or anything like that, or top 30 really, but it's one I like a lot. I think it's a really easily replayable album, to be honest. And again, those highlights like Stateside, friggin' Illegal, A Girl Like Me, the main highlight, like those tracks are going to get a lot of play for me. They're great fun. And yeah, PinkPantheress kind of showing us once again that she is here to stay and has a uniqueness about her, while also throwing it back and bringing some nostalgia into play as well. So yeah, very much like it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Disagree? Let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're feeling super generous, maybe check out my Patreon. Maybe check out the membership page. Support me over on there. But I think at the very least you can subscribe for more videos like this as well. That's it. Goodbye.